Hey guys, so if you want to know how to get these bees into this box, stay tuned. I'm going to show you because we're going to go over how to install a package. Okay guys, so the first thing that I want to go over is prep work. So this right here is going to be the hive that we're installing the package into, and a couple things I did yesterday was I went on ahead and put my equipment out. Just makes the process a little bit easier. I went this morning, went to go pick up my bees, which I picked up my bees from Mountain Sweet Honey down in Toccoa, Georgia, which shout out to them. They are fantastic. The hives and stuff like that I got from them the last go around last year, they did fantastic. So I have no complaints there. They're super nice. Be sure that, you know, if you're ever around in Toccoa, be sure to drop in there and see those guys. So but anyways, going back over prep work, one of the first things you're going to want is you are going to want to go ahead and set up your hive. Now here I'm going to be feeding this colony here for probably about maybe 3 to 4 weeks. I've got some honey stores and some drawn out frames and stuff like that already in here. If you've got a box that doesn't have any foundation that's drawn, it's a fresh package, fresh box, you know, I would recommend feeding them for at least 4 to 6 weeks. That way they go ahead and they can kind of start raising brood, they can start drawing out comb, things of that nature. So the other thing is having an entrance reducer, and you're gonna want this on your hive because technically it's a new package. They're going to be a little bit weaker, and also it kind of helps seal them up a little bit better inside that hive and gets them used to where they're at. So the other thing is I put some dried leaves right here inside the little hole where they're going to be coming out of. I want them to kind of stay in there for a while and just get used to that box, and then slowly over the course of a few hours or a day or two, they'll start pushing these leaves and stuff like that out, and they'll be able to get out, start their orientation flights, figure out where they're at, and so on. So looking, and this is another big thing before I even open up the box, but get you a spray bottle of 1:1 sugar syrup. Don't use smoke on your fresh package of bees. I don't recommend that. They're going to fly everywhere, especially once you start shaking them down there in the package and everything else. They don't like the smoke. So, but anyways, so looking inside of this hive, so we're going to kind of go ahead and open this up here. So I've got pretty much all of these frames right over through here is nothing but empty comb, maybe a little bit of honey, stuff like that. And then I've got about 3 frames of foundation that I want them to draw out. So what we're going to start by doing is we're going to take out a couple of these frames here. And we're just going to set them off to the side. Just like that. Okay, next I'm going to seal this back up a little bit. I'm just going to put the top cover on there, just give us a work surface to kind of operate with. And let's go ahead and open up our package. Okay, so we have our package here. There's also one other thing that I forgot to mention, but you're going to want a few rubber bands, and I'll show you what the rubber bands are going to be used for here in just a second. Once we kind of get these girls open here. So the basic like makeup of the package, you got a box, a board. Just below this board is a can of syrup. This tab right here is what is holding the little queen box or the little queen carrier in the package of bees. Do not, and I repeat, do not take that staple out until you're ready. I made the mistake last year of doing that, and my queen dropped down into my package of bees, and then I had to fish her out, and so it was just a nightmare. So, but first, we're going to start by taking off this board right here, and you're going to want to hang on to this board. Do not throw it away. Do not get rid of it. Hang on to it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start by taking out this can of syrup. Now, when you start taking this thing out, make sure you got your board ready, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to pull this can of syrup out, which they're all kind of clustered around, and here they all come. So, just make sure that you take it out slowly and set that off to the side. You can give that to the bees, you can feed it to whatever. I may just put it in our bird bath feeders that we've got right now. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get the queen out of the package. Now how we do that is we go through and we spray down our bees. And the sugar syrup, all that's going to do is just signal them, and they're going to start cleaning themselves and everything else until they're ready to come out. So just a light spritz, nothing, nothing major. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to give them a little shakedown. And that's going to get her ready to come out. And boop, there she is, just a few bees on her. No big deal. So, right inside there is our queen. She's going around. Always check your queen just to make sure she's moving, looking good. Okay. So, the next thing we're going to want to do is, now there is two sides to this queen cage here. I'm going to show you this because this is very important. Let me get my ready. Alright, so you can see right here, this right here is the candy side. This right here has no candy to it. There's two corks. You've got one here and you've got one here. If you pull out this cork right here, that is called a direct release. That is going to immediately put the queen out into the hive, and she's going to start going. Be very careful with doing that, because if they haven't been very well introduced to her, they could ball her and kill her. So what I like to do, I like to just be patient and pull the cork out of the candy side. There you go. And so now she is ready to go on to our frame here. This is what the rubber bands are for. So here I've got a frame of foundation, and what we're going to do is I'm going to give that a little spritz there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to kind of put her horizontally here. You want to keep her up at the top of the box, or at the top of the frame, so that she stays warm. The next thing we're going to do is just go through here, and we're going to put a couple of rubber bands on. I'm just going to move them down the frame until we get it over top of it. And this just makes sure that the box doesn't drop at the bottom of the hive or anything like that. Don't worry, they will chew through these rubber bands, and you may have to pick them out at your next inspection. Okay, so she's secured and she is ready to go. You don't want to turn her vertically or anything like that, because if those bees in there that is with her, those nurse bees, if they were to die or anything like that and they clog up the hole, she can't really quite get out. So I just always put it horizontally. That way if they do die, they'll drop to the side, she can crawl over them, get on out and start on her business. So we're going to set our package back over here, and we're going to go ahead and install her down in here. it. I'm going to put just a frame there. I'm going to scoop those frames out of the way. Now here comes the fun part. Getting these girls into there with her. So I feel like, and I've heard, and it makes sense, it is only a rite of passage for you to shake your bees into your hive. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and put this back in there. Just squeeze that up against that. Alright, so now that they're sprayed, I'm going to give them a quick tap. Get them all down in there. And flip them over. Shake it from side to side. You're going to have some fly around. It's not a big deal. Alright. So the remainder of these girls, what we're going to do, we're just going to set them right up here at the edge. And they will find their way out and find their way into the hive here. Push some of these together. Next, get this on. Excuse me, girls. Alright. You only have some fly around, it's not that big of a deal. But now we're good. We're gonna put our top back on here. Alright. So these girls are in. There's nothing else I need to do. Nothing like that. They will they'll find their way on in there. You might have a few stragglers searching around. But yeah, I mean that's it. It's as simple as that. But be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I've got a couple of other things that's coming up this year. A couple of other little projects that I'm going to have going on. But yeah, it's a very simple process. There are some other methods out there to install them, ones that don't require the shake method. I've just found it's easier to shake them in there. It's done, it's over with. So, but yeah, so we will come back and I will check on this hive here in about the next day or two, just to make sure the queen's been released. They've gotten used to her. She's doing good. And yeah, we can go from there. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.